What if I told you that the real reason you were getting weaker isn't simply because of age, but because of what you're not doing every day? After the age of 60, your body enters a phase where strength, balance, and energy can start to fade. This isn't random. It's connected to a process called sarcopenia, which is the gradual loss of muscle mass and power that naturally happens as we grow older. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that adults can lose up to 8% of their muscle mass every decade after 60. That means standing, walking, climbing stairs, or even carrying groceries can become more difficult if nothing is done to counteract it. But here's the truth. Age doesn't have to mean weakness. You can fight back. With just a few simple exercises performed consistently, you can regain strength, improve stability, and feel more confident in your body again. And you don't need a gym, machines, or heavy equipment. Just a few minutes a day and the right movements. In this video, I'll share 6 exercises that are simple, safe, and incredibly powerful for keeping you strong and independent. And if you stick around until the end, I'll also give you a tip that can multiply your results without any extra effort. Let's start with the first exercise, scapular retraction with a resistance band. This one targets an area most people neglect, the upper back. And yet, it's essential. Why? Because as we age, the muscles in the upper back, like the rhomboids, trapezius, and spinal erectors, weaken from years of sitting, poor posture, and inactivity. This leads to rounded shoulders, a hunched back, and difficulty keeping your balance. A weak upper back also shifts your body's centre of gravity forward, which makes falls more likely. Scapular retractions directly fix this. They strengthen the muscles that pull your shoulders back, helping you stand taller, breathe better, and stay stable. Here's how you perform it. Sit or stand with a straight back. Hold a resistance band in front of you at shoulder height with both hands, arms extended. Slowly pull the band outward to the sides, focusing on squeezing your shoulder blades together as if you were pinching something between them. Keep the movement controlled and avoid yanking the band quickly. Pause for a second at the widest point, then return slowly to the start. Repeat 10 to 12 times for 2 or 3 sets. If it feels too easy, you can use a band with more resistance. If it feels too hard, you can reduce the tension by holding the band closer to the ends. The key is not brute force, but control and muscle engagement. Research published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that strengthening the scapular muscles improves posture, balance, and proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. That means better stability when walking, standing, or moving. On top of that, standing taller opens up your lungs, improving breathing and oxygen flow, which boosts energy levels. So even though scapular retractions look simple, they are a powerful way to restore strength in an area that directly affects balance, posture, and overall independence. Now let's move to the second exercise, the glute bridge. At first glance, it looks almost too simple. But don't be fooled. This movement is one of the most effective ways to strengthen your glutes, your hamstrings, and even protect your lower back. Why is this so important after 60? Because the glutes are the largest and most powerful muscles in your body. They're responsible for stabilizing your pelvis, supporting your spine, and helping you walk, climb stairs, or simply stand up from a chair. When your glutes weaken, which happens easily with age and too much sitting, the body starts compensating in the wrong way. Your lower back takes more strain, your knees take more load, and soon you're dealing with pain, stiffness, and loss of balance. The glute bridge is the perfect fix. It's safe, low impact, and can be done anywhere, no gym required. Here is how to do it. Lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Place your arms by your sides with your palms facing down. Now, slowly lift your hips off the floor by squeezing your glutes. At the top, your body should form a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold that position for 2 to 3 seconds, really focusing on squeezing your glutes. Then lower your hips slowly back to the ground. Do 8 to 10 repetitions for 2 or 3 sets. And remember, it's not about speed. Take your time, control the movement, and focus on using your glutes, not your lower back, to do the work. Once the basic glute bridge feels easier, you can make it more challenging. Try holding the top position longer. maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Or add a small weight, like a bag of rice or a water bottle, across your hips for extra resistance. Another powerful variation is the single-leg glute bridge. In this version, you lift one foot off the ground and perform the bridge using just one leg. This forces each glute to work on its own, correcting imbalances and building even more stability. Now let's talk about the benefits. First, stronger glutes mean better support for your hips and knees, which reduces the risk of falls and makes walking or climbing stairs easier. Second, a stronger posterior chain, which includes the glutes and hamstrings, helps protect your lower back. Research in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy has shown that weak glutes are directly linked to chronic back pain and poor stability in older adults. By strengthening them, you're actually protecting your spine. Third, the glute bridge improves circulation in the lower back and pelvic area, reducing stiffness and improving flexibility. And beyond the physical side, there's something empowering about this exercise. Many people in their 60s or 70s report feeling more grounded, more stable, and more confident in their bodies after just a few weeks of practice. That's the hidden gift of the glute bridge, so don't underestimate it. This simple movement is a foundation for long-term strength, mobility, and independence. The third exercise is one you already know, but maybe haven't practiced with intention. It's the squat. And not the heavy barbell squat you see in gyms, but a simple functional squat. The exact movement you use every single day when you sit down or stand up. Why is this so critical after 60? Because losing the ability to rise from a chair without help is one of the clearest signs of declining independence. The muscles that power this motion, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, are the same muscles that help you walk, climb stairs, and maintain balance. When they weaken, everyday life becomes harder, and the risk of falls skyrockets. Now here's the good news. Training the squat doesn't require any fancy equipment. All you need is a sturdy chair and a little space. Here is how to perform it. Sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Place your arms out in front of you for balance if needed. Now press firmly through your heels, engage your thighs and glutes, and slowly rise to a standing position. Once you're fully upright, pause for a moment, then lower yourself back down in a slow, controlled motion until you're seated again. That's one squat. Start with 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. Over time, you can progress to 3 sets, or even perform the exercise without a chair by squatting down just part way and returning to standing. The key here is control. Don't rush. Each rise and descent should feel steady and strong. If you feel unstable, keep your chair behind you or place your hands lightly on a stable surface like a table for extra support. What happens when you practice functional squats regularly? First, you build strength in your legs, which translates into easier movement in daily life. Tasks like getting up from the couch, climbing stairs, or bending to pick something up from the floor become smooth and natural again. Second, you train balance. Squats require coordination between your hips, knees, and ankles, exactly the kind of coordination that keeps you from stumbling. And third, you stimulate your bones. Every time you squat, you're applying healthy pressure on your hips and legs, which helps maintain bone density and fight osteoporosis. Research backs this up. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine found that older adults who practiced functional squats had fewer falls, stronger bones, and even better cardiovascular health compared to those who didn't. That's because squats engage large muscle groups, which increase circulation, boost metabolism, and keep your heart healthier. But perhaps the most important benefit is confidence. Imagine standing up from a chair without hesitation, walking across the room with strength, or even squatting down to pick something off the floor without fearing you won't get back up. These are the little victories that restore independence and dignity. The squat is more than an exercise, it's a rehearsal for life. Every time you practice it, you are reinforcing your body's ability to handle one of the most essential movements of daily living. And the stronger you get, the longer you'll be able to live with freedom and self-reliance. The fourth exercise might surprise you. It's not about lifting heavy weights or pushing your body to its limit. It's about coordination, training your brain and body to work together. And that exercise is called the cross-crawl walk. Why does this matter so much after 60? Because as we age, it is not only our muscles that weaken. The communication between our brain and body can slow down. The nervous system becomes less efficient, balance feels harder to maintain, and sometimes even simple movements feel unsteady. That's why falls often happen unexpectedly, not just because of weak legs, but because the brain doesn't send the right signals fast enough. The cross-crawl walk is designed to fix that. It stimulates both sides of the brain at the same time, forcing them to communicate better, while also strengthening your balance and coordination. Think of it as exercise for both your body and your brain. Here's how to perform it. Stand tall with your feet close together. Take a step to the right, and as you do, bring your left hand across your body to touch your right knee. Then, step to the left, and bring your right hand across to touch your left knee. Keep alternating, crossing your arms and legs in a slow, steady rhythm. The movement should feel smooth, controlled, and intentional. At first, it might feel awkward, especially if you're not used to crossing your body's midline. But that's the point. Every repetition is rewiring your brain, strengthening those connections between the left and right hemispheres. Start with 30 to 60 seconds, then gradually build up to 2 minutes of continuous cross-crawl walking. What are the benefits? First, this exercise improves balance by activating your vestibular system. That's the part of your inner ear responsible for stability and orientation. Second, it sharpens coordination, making everyday tasks like walking, turning, or reaching safer and easier. And third, it strengthens your core and legs at the same time, since your body has to stabilize with each step. But the benefits don't stop at the body. Neuroscience research shows that exercises like the cross-crawl can even boost brain function, improving focus, memory, and mental agility. In fact, some studies have found that cross-body movements help slow cognitive decline, making this exercise not only a tool for physical health, but also for keeping your mind sharp. Think about it. With just a few minutes of practice, you're not only training your body to stay upright and balanced, but you're also giving your brain a powerful workout. That's something no machine in the gym can offer. So, if you want an exercise that combines physical strength with mental clarity, the cross-crawl walk is your answer. Simple, safe, and incredibly effective, it's one of the most underrated tools for healthy aging. The fifth exercise might look almost too simple, but don't let that fool you. It's called the heel raise, and it is one of the most powerful movements for strengthening your lower legs, improving circulation, and protecting your independence. Here's why it matters so much. As we age, the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, tend to weaken. These muscles aren't just for walking or climbing stairs. They act like a natural pump, pushing blood back up from the legs toward the heart. When they lose strength, circulation slows down, leading to swelling, heaviness, cramps, and even varicose veins. Weak calves also mean weaker balance, since these muscles are the final stabilizers every time your foot touches the ground. The heel raise is the perfect solution. It strengthens the calves, improves blood flow, and makes your steps more stable and powerful. And the best part, you can do it anywhere. No equipment, no gym, just your own body. Here's how to do it correctly. Stand tall with your feet about hip-width apart. If you feel unsteady, place your hands lightly on the back of a chair, a wall, or a countertop for balance. Now, slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Hold this position at the top for 2 to 3 seconds, really squeezing your calf muscles. Then slowly lower your heels back down until they touch the floor. That's 1 repetition. The key here is control. Don't bounce up and down. Move slowly and deliberately so the muscles activate fully. Start with 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, then gradually increase to 15 or even 20 reps as you get stronger. And if you want an extra challenge, try doing the exercise on 1 leg at a time. This trains balance and calf strength even more. What benefits will you notice? First, stronger calves make walking easier and more efficient. You'll feel lighter on your feet, with less fatigue during long walks or when standing for long periods. Second, improved circulation reduces swelling, stiffness, and that heavy leg feeling that so many people over 60 struggle with. And third, stronger calves give you better balance and stability, which means fewer stumbles and a lower risk of falls. Research in the field of aging and rehabilitation shows that exercises like the heel raise can even reduce the risk of blood clots and improve oxygen delivery to the tissues. In other words, you are not just training muscles, you are improving the health of your entire vascular system. And here, as a bonus benefit, heel raises also stimulate bone density in your feet and ankles, areas that are often neglected but critical for preventing fractures as we get older. Every time you rise onto your toes, you're gently stressing the bones in a healthy way, making them stronger and more resilient. So don't underestimate this movement. It may look simple, but it's one of the smartest, most effective exercises you can add to your daily routine. Just a few minutes of heel raises each day can keep your legs strong, your circulation flowing, and your steps steady well into your 60s, 70s and beyond. The sixth and final exercise on this list is one that almost everyone knows, but very few older adults still practice. It's the push-up, except we're not talking about the traditional floor version. We're talking about modified push-ups, adapted to be safe, effective and joint-friendly for people over 60. Why is this exercise so important? Because it strengthens the chest, shoulders, arms and core, muscles that you use every single day. Whether you're pushing yourself out of bed, getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or even just opening a heavy door, these muscles are the foundation of upper body strength. And the truth is, when these muscles get weak, life gets harder. Every simple task feels heavier, and independence slips away. Modified push-ups fix that. Instead of starting flat on the ground, which can be intimidating or even unsafe, you use a wall, a sturdy table, or a countertop. This reduces the load on your body, but still gives you all the benefits. And as you get stronger, you can gradually lower the angle, moving from a wall to a table, then to a bench, and eventually, if you want, back to the floor. It's progressive, it's safe, and it works for every fitness level. Here's how to do it properly. Stand facing a wall or table. Place your hands shoulder-width apart, keeping your arms straight and your body in a straight line from head to heels. Engage your core. Think about tightening your midsection like you're zipping up a jacket. Now, slowly bend your elbows, bringing your chest toward the wall or table. Pause for a second, then push yourself back to the starting position. That's one repetition. The most common mistake is letting the hips sag or the back arch. To avoid that, keep your body straight and your core tight, just like in a plank. Remember, it's not about speed or quantity, it's about control, alignment, and full muscle activation. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions and build up from there. The benefits of modified push-ups go far beyond muscle strength. By training the chest, shoulders, and arms, you improve bone density in the upper body, which helps prevent fractures from falls. You also boost circulation, protect your joints, and improve posture by balancing the pulling and pushing muscles of the torso. And because this exercise engages your core as well, it doubles as stability training. Science backs this up. Studies in geriatric rehabilitation have shown that older adults who perform push-up variations 2 to 3 times per week significantly improve their upper body strength and reduce their dependence on others for daily tasks. Think about that for a second. Just a few minutes a day of modified push-ups could mean the difference between struggling with a heavy grocery bag or lifting it with confidence, between needing help out of bed or moving freely on your own. And here's the best part. Modified push-ups are endlessly adaptable. If you're just starting, use the wall. Once that feels comfortable, move to a table or countertop. From there, you can progress to a sturdy bench, and if you choose, eventually to the floor with your knees down. This gradual progression ensures you keep getting stronger without risking injury. The message is simple. Don't underestimate this exercise. It's not just about arms or chest, it's about building the kind of practical, functional strength that keeps you independent. With consistent practice, modified push-ups can give you the ability to push, lift and carry with ease, no matter your age. So, if you've been avoiding push-ups because you thought they were too hard, now you know there's a safe version for you. Start where you are, progress step by step, and you'll be amazed at how strong your upper body can still become. Now that you've seen these 6 simple but powerful exercises, you understand something most people don't. Age is not the real problem. Inactivity is. The truth is, your body is designed to move, and when you move it intelligently every day, it stays strong, stable, and resilient, no matter your age. Think about it. Scapular retractions keep your posture upright and your balance steady. Glute bridges protect your spine and give you the strength to walk without pain. Functional squats make standing up, sitting down, and climbing stairs effortless again. Crossbody walks sharpen your coordination and even stimulate your brain. Heel raises boost circulation, protect your legs, and reduce swelling. And modified push-ups give you the upper body strength to stay independent and confident. Individually, each of these movements is powerful, but together, they create a complete routine that builds strength, stability, and mobility where it matters most. They don't require fancy equipment. They don't require a gym. They just require your consistency and your decision to start. And remember this, it is never too late. Countless studies show that even people who begin exercising after the age of 60 or 70 experience incredible improvements in strength, bone density, balance, and confidence. Every repetition is an investment in your independence, your dignity, and your quality of life. So, don't wait. Choose one of these exercises and try it today. Add another one tomorrow. And before long, you'll notice the difference. Walking feels safer, standing up feels easier, and you'll carry yourself with the kind of confidence that makes people wonder your secret. If this video inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the practical routines and tips we share. And share this video with a friend or family member who could benefit, because staying strong and independent after 60 isn't just possible. It's within reach for everyone. Your body will thank you, your health will thank you, and your future self will thank you.